Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Addie P's Real Estate Tea, where today I just want to briefly touch upon August of 2022 market stats, which are the latest market stats. If you like what you hear in this video, as I always so graciously ask, and you also graciously oblige, please hit that thumbs up button. Also consider subscribing. I would like to take some more time and really get into some more real estate content, but I need your feedback. So those of you who are watching, if you can comment below on what you'd like to hear about, whether it's mortgages, whether it's housing affordability, whatever the topic may be, closing costs, rentals, whatever you want to hear about, drop that comment below and let me know. Also, consider sharing this video with someone that you feel it may help out. Sharing is caring. And you already know, if you're watching your girl from Instagram, drop her a heart and show her some love. All right. Now, real estate is still it's still booming here in the Lehigh Valley. So if you're watching this on a local level, we still have a very robust housing market. Houses are statistically for August, let's see, they were on the market for 14 days. All right. So that's a great number if you're looking at it from a seller perspective. Now, on the national forefront, now remember, housing is local. So if you're in Maine, it's going to be different than it is here in the Lehigh Valley. If you're in California, it's going to be different than what it is in Maine, and so on and so on. You get the point. You don't need the whole narrative here. But needless to say, nationally, the housing market has cooled a bit in certain markets. In fact, according to NAR, National Association of Realtors, pending home sales continue to decline while new listings increase and unsold inventory is at 3.3 months supply. Now, on the flip side of that, here in the Lehigh Valley, we have pending home sales is down by 13.4%. However, our month supply is at 1.1 months. So it's a little bit less than, well, not a little bit, but a decent amount less than what it is on the national forefront. So this is a good comparison just to kind of touch upon that a little bit. And I try to bring that up in videos and so forth, that our housing market here in the Lehigh Valley may be, like I said, different from, Jersey, New York, Virginia, wherever you may be watching from. So it's always good to kind of tap into what is going on locally, but also pay attention to what's going on nationally, because real estate, it varies again, so you never know. It's good to know both nationally and locally and in your state. So again, those pending home sales declined. Now, buyer demand nationally is really loosening a bit because of these ridiculous interest rates. And I can't say ridiculous, but they kind of are, in comparison to what we saw, just last year, and the year before that with these, with borrowing money, it was dirt cheap. I mean, you were at, 2.75, 3, now we're into the six range for interest rates. So it definitely is, it has crept up, and it's making it very difficult for certain buyers to afford a home. In fact, NAR reported that affordable housing is at a 33-year low. All right. And that speaks volumes. And I believe I mentioned in my last video that in addition to these raising interest rates, we have inflation, all over. Now, if you're a seller, this inflation is good because housing prices have really gone up, but on the flip side of that, who are your buyers, basically. So there definitely, I believe, is going to be a more balancing. And I think we've talked about this a few times in my videos of market correction. And I believe that personally, that's where we're headed. I don't think that we are going to crash and, you're going to get these ridiculously low home prices. I think that there's just going to be a correction. It's natural. If you look at historical information in the past from other housing markets and so forth, and study that information, you'll see that that we do go through these periods of correction. And I think where we are going to end up is probably where we were pre-pandemic, which we were seeing multiple offer situations, again, more so speaking locally here and even other marketplaces. We did not have the pandemonium that we had late 2020 and all of 2021, where we were, dealing with people selling their firstborn child for a home. But needless to say, we it was a competitive market, and I think that we are going to return to that slightly competitive market, but it's going to be more balanced, more harmonious. We won't have lines of people lined up outside of open houses and so forth. Now, the housing affordability aspect of it, I really don't see home prices crashing and burning, to be honest with you. If anything, I think that higher housing prices are here to stay. And that's something that I would like to touch upon more. Let me know if you all want to hear more about housing affordability and just open up the discussion about that. Whether it's locally here in the Lehigh Valley or, other parts of Pennsylvania, other states. I'd love to hear how housing affordability is in other parts of the country as well, too. In fact, I know I just read an article recently from a local outfit here in the Lehigh Valley. Lehigh Valley Live, as a matter of fact, it's called. But the Lehigh Valley ranks top in the top 25 for rental prices. So that speaks volumes. We really have had a lot of growth here in the Lehigh Valley. But again, just really interested to see how these other markets are in other parts of the country. So if there's any realtors out there who are watching my videos, please comment. Let me know what's going on in your market area. That's really intriguing me to see how that is. Now, I know that there was some talk from the Biden administration at some point in time about creating an affordable housing program and so forth. I don't really know what's going on with that. The last I heard of it, it was just being introduced. I don't think that there has been much talk about it yet. I would imagine with midterms here and so forth, midterm elections and other types of, political things going on, that we might hear a little bit more about it soon. So, needless to say, listings here in the Lehigh Valley, they've gone down by 15.5%. Pending sales down by 13.4%. Inventory down by 16.6%, and month supply down by 15.4% to 1.1 months. Now, median sales price has gone up in the double digits in comparison to 2021 by 19.2%, almost 20% hike in housing prices. So in the Lehigh Valley, the median sales price in August of 2022 is $315,975. Whoa. Talk about spike. And like I said, I don't anticipate that number going down anytime soon. So if you are a seller and you're like, oh, I really don't know if I want to sell, definitely consider. Now, I know that there are some things, to consider. And one of those things, talking now from the buyer perspective, real quick. Why you may not be seeing a lot of inventory hitting the market, even though things have chilled out a little bit in comparison to 2021, is okay. Yes, me as a seller, I can sell my home for how much $100,000 more than what I may have been able to sell it for 10 years ago or whatever the case may be. However, um, where am I going to go? What can I afford? So is the trade off worth it sometimes? And I think that a lot of people think to themselves, oh, well, why aren't there more homes on the market? So and so wants to sell, they can get X amount of dollars. But, I just mentioned that inventory is still down, regardless of what has popped up on the market and so forth. Inventory is still down. So we're talking about, tightening of inventory. So if you're out looking, what are you going to have to choose from? Is what may be going through a seller's mind, and also affordability. Hey, yeah, I made out great on selling this house, but what am I going to be able to afford now? So those are some things to consider when you're out there looking and you're wondering why there's not more inventory on the market, especially here locally. And like I said, at 19.2% hike in median sales price, it speaks volumes. So you definitely want to pay attention to those types of numbers. But again, not all doom and gloom. Even on the buyer end of things, I would not hang out on the sidelines and say, oh well, I'll wait until prices go down and so forth. Still, even if you're not out driving around going into houses, I would still keep an eye out. And most agents, most real estate agents can put you on some kind of like auto prospecting type system in their multi-listing system, where the listings are automatically sent to you. So that way you can at least have an eye on what's going on. Definitely tapping into yours truly, listening to market reports and so forth, letting me know what you want to hear. Remember, comment below. But just to stay in the know, stay connected. Don't drift off and, just kind of, bury your head in the sand and hope that things will turn around. Stay connected, stay in the know, continue to listen to anything real estate related. And, because you never know when things turn around. Housing can be very surprising. Let me put it that way, in the sense that one minute, you're thinking, oh, this is going on, and then the next minute interest rates have gone down, and you're able to maybe afford a little bit more house. You never know what type of scenario may be going on. So that's why I urge you as buyers to stay connected. Renters who desire at some point in time to be buyers, please stay connected. If you're having credit issues, connect yourself with a credit repair specialist, or watch some YouTube videos. I am a big fan of YouTube, as you can see. I have my channel here, but needless to say, watch some videos on how to correct your credit and bring your credit score up, ways to maybe save money. Again, stay in the know, stay connected, so that way you can hear about different first-time homebuyer programs. There are some out there, even locally here, in the Lehigh Valley. There are some first-time homebuyer programs. So you definitely want to keep your eyes and ears to the ground, but stay connected and definitely stay consistent with your efforts. And this portion, definitely for those, like I said, who are renting, who wish to purchase at some point in time in the future. I know it may be tempting. You may get a little deflated and so forth, but don't, stay the course. If you are actively involved in some kind of credit repair program, or you are saving money and so forth, I strongly urge you to stay connected and to stay the course and to stay consistent, because your consistency will pay off for you handsomely in the long run, in the sense that you will, be able to embark upon home ownership. Now, I know, lastly, to touch upon that a little bit more, in Bank of America, I know that they launched a program in certain market areas, I believe Detroit and some other ones, that they rolled off this program of, basically for first time home buyers, you know, credit is not an issue and so forth. They help out with costs, closing costs and so forth. If you want to know more about that program, let me know. They do not offer that here in this area. Like I said, I think it was kind of like a testing type thing that they're doing. But basically, their efforts to help bolster first time ownership, or first time home buying and home ownership, excuse me, in minority communities. So definitely, if you're in one of those areas, you may want to Google or look up Bank of America, see if one of your areas is one of the areas, and take advantage of it. And check in with realtors. We are always a good source of information in that sense. And if we don't know, we will definitely find out for you. At least I know I will. If there are any programs that may be of benefit to you, a loan officer, your mortgage officer he or she would be able to definitely help out in that sense as well. But yeah, again, plethora of information out there at your fingertips, but you have to be consistent and you have to stay the course and you have to do your research, and it will pay off for you in that sense. Sellers, definitely live your best life. This market is not going anywhere, at least for the foreseeable future. So if you want to cash in, make that money, there you go. All right, guys. Well, I hope to hear from you all. I hope to get some comments. I really would like to put some more content out there, but I need to know what you all want to hear from me. All right. So do me that favor and comment, even if it's just to say hi, hey, hello. But I do really want to, hear more from you all and what you would like to hear about. I would like to put out some more content regarding some things that I do have. I do have a short sale company now, short sale negotiation company, excuse me. So that's something that I can talk more about if you are finding that you're in that position with home ownership, that you are considering a short sale, or for my agent friends who may require my services, let me know. But again, want to hear from you. All right. And definitely keep those likes and those subscriptions coming. I truly appreciate it, you all. Well, enough of me blabbing my mouth. You all have a blessed one. Take care.